Hi, I'm Vaishnavi, the writer and director of Lac Kahani. Lac Kahani is a short fiction film that I made as a student at Symbiosis Institute of Design, and the film follows the journey of a Lac bangle maker's daughter from Hyderabad, India. Well, I'm from Hyderabad, and a few years ago, when I visited the Charminar, I noticed the Lat Bazaar. So, Lat Bazaar is where Lac bangles are sold, and just the history of that place fascinated me a lot. And later I found this video online that showed the process of making these Lac bangles, and that's when I realized that these bangles are handcrafted from scratch. So every small detail that you see on these bangles are made by hand. So when I started to work on my degree film, this was something that I really wanted to work on. And I also wanted to make a fiction film that dealt with and also explored the emotion of loss and how it shapes the decision making process of a person, especially when they're in their formative years. So that's how the idea started. Well, when we were starting off, the main challenge was to get the craft right and also the world that we were setting up the story in right. So, what really helped was talking to the bangle makers, different bangle makers and bangle shop owners in Charminar, in Lal Bazaar, who were running their businesses for a long time there. So that really helped, and so basically all those conversations shaped how the script eventually turned out to be.
Well, I can think of two places. Firstly is the Charminar, which is a historical monument in Hyderabad, and it's really crowded. So it was really challenging in that place. And secondly, it's the local train. So these were the two places we found challenging. But overall, it's really fun because we planned it in the way that everything was on move and we got the shots.
It was an outdoor shoot, so the location and stuff, like, you had this pressure on yourself that you had to give it in one shot outside, because you must be disturbing other people around you, and they must be staring at you, and with all the weather conditions and stuff. So I would say all these challenges really didn't stop us, because all of us were determined in our roles, and uh, and that was the result, that Lac Kahani was finally made.
Hello, I am Arya and I was little Zoya in the film. I was shy at first, but it was my first time doing a film. But then later on, I was fine. Thank you, Didi. I really enjoyed.
Human resources, so we got all the help we could from my family and friends, even if it was just for a day. We were lucky to get that support. And my grandfather and father were kind enough to sponsor the film, so I'm very grateful for that.
So, the major change in the edit or the narrative that actually happened was with the flashback scene, which was originally written at a very different point in the story. But the placement actually did not feel right to me. Instead, if the flashback was placed during her train journey, in a way that she had all this time to think about her past, her time with her dad that she has spent with her dad, that gave more power and intent to Zoya to go and search for her first pair of bangles. This actually is an observation that I've made, that is during these solo travel moments is when people tend to think a lot and remember things from their past. Placing the scene during the train travel even gave more gravity to her, expressing herself by crying when she finds the first pair of bangles made by her father.
I would say the audiences should watch this film, because it's very short but inspiring. Like, it shows the determination of the women, like, where women were not allowed to speak. She has become the voice of many such voices.
I think the film is for everyone. There is something or the other to take away from it. And the USP, I believe, is the craft of bangle making, of Lac bangle making, and also the bangle makers who have been carrying this craft for generations. Moreover, in India, we have a lot of crafts that are ages old but unfortunately are dying because of various reasons. But through this film, we were able to focus on one craft and tell its story.